Hello, another of my videos where I explain A-level physics multi-choice questions from the AQA syllabus. If you want to try to answer this question yourself, pause the video now. If you got the answer D, well done. If you didn't and would like to hear my explanation, keep listening. So we've got two fixed charges of magnitude plus Q and plus 3Q, and they repel each other with a force F. An additional charge of minus 2Q is given to each charge. What is the magnitude and direction of the forces between the charges? So to start with, let's think of the equation we're going to look at. We're going to use Coulomb's law, which is force between two charged particles is 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0. All that term there is just a constant, and because it's a constant, I'm going to ignore that in a second. And then it's multiplied by charge 1, charge 2, all over the distance squared. Okay, so the initial position we have Q1 and Q2, and Q1 had just as a charge of plus 1 and Q2 has a charge of plus 3Q. So they're going to be repelling each other to start with because they're both positive charges. If I add minus 2Q to each one, then we're going to end up with minus 2Q. That plus Q is going to become minus Q, and this plus 3Q is just going to become Q on its own because I've taken minus 2 off the 3Q. Let's look at this force from the first one, the first example, or the first consideration. Force is 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0. Then we've got Q multiplied by 3Q over a distance squared. And in this second example, I've got 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0. And now I've just got Q multiplied by Q. Multiply these out, I've got 3Q squared over R squared. And that's just Q squared, whoops, I forgot my R squared before, over R squared. Well, R squared is the same. I completely just ignored the 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0. So if you look, this initial example is 3 times the changed consideration. So therefore, the new force is going to be a third of the original value. Because we've now got a negative and a positive charge, this is going to be attractive. So the line that gives me both the correct answers is line D. Hope you found this useful. If you want to watch some more, please subscribe, please recommend. Thank you very much.